The Voice. Carson Daly just hilariously eviscerated Blake Shelton over a pic for his new song. Blake Shelton is gearing up for the release of his latest single, and one of his friends can't help but give the country star some good-natured ribbing over the cover. On November 12, The Voice's most decorated champion took to social media to promote the release of his newest single, Texas, in an announcement that is surely sending fans into a frenzy. However, Carson Daly quickly chimed in with a hilarious message of his own down in the comments section. Texas, the new single plus video. Out Friday. Link in bio to pre-save/add now. Shelton captioned the single cover, which sees him in a black cowboy hat. "You look like a real man for once," Daly playfully snarked in the comments. The shade. But not really. Shelton and Daly are very good friends who just enjoy joking around with each other. If your bestie can't playfully quip at you, then who can? Blake Shelton and Carson Daly's friendship. In a 2023 interview with People, Shelton opened up about the often hilarious dynamic between him and his Barmageddon co-star. "Carson's a grumpy old man," Shelton explained matter-of-factly. "He truly is the grumpiest man on the planet, and I'd say that if he were sitting right here next to me." According to Shelton, Daly is constantly complaining backstage whenever the two are on set together. "He is just one of those guys where he's got a backache, or he's mad I'm taking too long," Shelton revealed. "He's just always chewing my ass out about something." However, their relationship works because it goes both ways, and because it rolls off my back and he's okay with me making fun of him. Related, why Carson Daly originally told Gwen Stefani not to date Blake Shelton, as fussy as Daly allegedly is. Shelton ultimately has nothing but kind words to say about his friends. "He is the glue of The Voice. I've said that for years," he said. Actually, it sounds like the friendship between Shelton and Daly is a lot like the one between Shelton and Adam Levine. A lot of playful shots taken at each other in between moments of genuine love and support. Carson Daly and Blake Shelton have long shared a friendship rooted in good-natured ribbing, and this bond was on full display when Carson hilariously roasted Blake over a promotional picture for his new song. The moment is emblematic of their dynamic, forged during years of working together on NBC's hit show The Voice, where Daly serves as the host and Shelton was a longtime coach until he departed in 2023. The two have built a reputation for banter that blurs the line between sarcasm and sincere affection. When Daly recently got his hands on a particular image from Shelton's latest music project, the opportunity to poke fun at his buddy was too irresistible to pass up. The pic that launched 1,000 jokes. Blake Shelton has never been one to take himself too seriously, despite his massive success in country music and television. So when a brooding, moody promotional shot for his new single surfaced, Carson Daly zeroed in on it like a comedian with fresh material. The photo in question featured Shelton leaning against a fence, staring off into the horizon with what could only be described as a smoldering gaze, a pose more fitting for a romance novel cover than a country music promo. Naturally, Daly saw an opportunity to bring his friend back down to earth. In typical Carson Daly fashion, his roast was both sharp and perfectly timed. Taking to social media or possibly slipping it into a segment on The Voice, Daly would have no doubt pointed out the absurdity of Shelton's dramatic pose. It was the kind of photo where you half expect Shelton to be contemplating life's biggest questions, like where his next batch of homemade pickles will come from, or whether he left the stove on. Daly's humor thrives on taking something as seemingly serious as a music release and flipping it on its head with dry wit and mock seriousness. A roast rooted in friendship. It's worth noting that Daly and Shelton's friendship has long been about taking shots at one another, but it's always in good fun. Daly, known for his laid-back hosting style, often peppers his dialogue with sarcastic digs, and Shelton has been a frequent target. On The Voice, viewers have grown accustomed to seeing Daly throw in a playful insult toward Shelton between segments, often ribbing him about everything from his country twang to his fashion choices. Remember the infamous bedazzled jeans era? Blake, on his end, always fires back with equal fervor, usually aiming at Daly's cool former TRL host persona. Shelton might quip about how Daly's musical tastes are stuck in the early 2000s, or poke fun at his more polished TV look. It's a back and forth that fans of the show have come to love, a testament to their chemistry and camaraderie. What makes Daly's roast of the brooding Blake pic so much more enjoyable is that it's just another moment in a long history of jabs exchanged between the two. The power of a well-timed joke. The timing of Daly's roast also couldn't be more perfect. Blake Shelton has been in the news a lot lately for his departure from The Voice, where he spent 23 seasons and became the show's most recognizable figure. It's been a significant shift for both Shelton and the show, and many fans have been feeling sentimental about his departure. With that in mind, Daly's roast serves as a perfect antidote to the overly sentimental coverage surrounding Shelton's exit. Rather than framing Blake as a country music star at the pinnacle of his career, Daly reduces him to just a regular guy who looks hilariously out of place in a moody, over-the-top photo shoot. The photo likely wasn't meant to be taken seriously. It's Shelton, after all, a man known for his sense of humor. But the fact that Daly took the initiative to roast his friend for it shows the beauty of their friendship. It's these kinds of moments that keep celebrity friendships like theirs so endearing to fans. They don't allow each other to get too swept up in their fame or public image. Why it works. Blake Shelton's self-deprecating nature. One of the reasons Carson Daly's roast works so well is because Blake Shelton has never shied away from poking fun at himself. Throughout his career, Shelton has been known for his self-deprecating humor. Whether he's joking about his height, his bad boy image in country music, or his many failed attempts to take his wife, Gwen Stefani, camping, Shelton never minds being the butt of the joke. It's part of his charm and one of the reasons fans have connected with him for so many years. Because Shelton doesn't take himself too seriously, Daly's jokes about the dramatic photo feel more like two friends having a laugh than a pointed insult. In fact, Shelton would likely be the first to laugh at Daly's quip, possibly even upping the ante with a joke of his own. It's this ability to go along with the joke that makes Shelton such a beloved figure in country music and on TV. The art of roasting is an art form in and of itself, and Carson Daly has perfected it when it comes to Blake Shelton. Daly's style of roasting is far from mean-spirited. It's the kind of humor that draws people in rather than alienates. It's rooted in a deep friendship, one that fans can tell is genuine. His roasts are a way of saying, "I know you well enough to make fun of you, and I'm confident you'll laugh along with me." What makes this roast particularly hilarious is how out of character the brooding photo is for Shelton. Blake Shelton is usually the one with a beer in hand, cracking jokes and being the life of the party. Seeing him attempt to look like a country music heartthrob straight out of a romance novel is jarring in the best way possible, and Daly knows it. He expertly capitalizes on the incongruity of the image, making it clear that while Shelton may be a country music superstar, he's still the same down-to-earth guy who can laugh at himself. The fans love it. Fans of both Daly and Shelton took to social media to share their amusement, with many joining in on the roast. Comments rolled in, with fans poking fun at the melodramatic vibe of the photo and Shelton's attempt at smoldering intensity. The overwhelming consensus: Daly nailed it. Fans appreciated that even amidst the chaos of promoting a new single and transitioning away from The Voice, Shelton still had time to be on the receiving end of a perfectly crafted joke. In the end, this playful roast between Carson Daly and Blake Shelton is a reminder that, at the heart of it all, even the biggest stars are just people who love to joke around with their friends. Shelton's success in music and television hasn't changed the fact that he's still a guy who can laugh at himself, and Daly is just the friend to make sure that happens.